Hey guys, welcome back to PrimeTech for you. Today I'll be talking about some of the best phones in 2019 to 2020. So if you're ready, let's begin. Meet the device that's changing the shape of the future. Discover the cutting-edge hinge technology that allows it to fold like a book, stand on its own, and break the rules of what you thought a smartphone should do. The future of mobile comes in two rich colors made to stand out for the crowd, which are Mystic Black and Mystic Bronze, with back being glass and frame being metal. When folded, Galaxy Z Fold 2 is a cutting-edge smartphone with 6.2-inch screen, delivering one-handed comfort. Open Galaxy Z Fold 2 to reveal a 7.6-inch tablet-like display, made with Samsung ultra-thin glass for smooth flexibility, hidden behind the Samsung logo on the back. The state-of-the-art hinge is designed to smooth out your every fold and unfold. It has a 4500 mAh battery, which would be a fair size for a power pack in a normal smartphone. The maximum wired charge speed is 25 watt, while the maximum charge speed for wireless charging is 15 watt. It features a resolution of 2213 by 1689 pixels, 362 pixels per inch. The system of the chip is Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 Plus, SM8250AB, with processor being octa-core, 3100 MHz, Cryo 585, 64-bit, and 7nm. The Adreno 650 GPU is the Galaxy Z Fold 2 with a RAM of 12GB LPDDR5. When it comes to camera, it has a triple rear camera, with main camera being 12 megapixels OIS PDAF, second camera being 64 megapixels telephoto PDAF, and the third camera being 12 megapixels ultra-wide OIS and PDAF. The rear cameras record 3840 by 2160 pixels, which is 4K UHD. The front camera features 10 megapixels HDR. Samsung Galaxy M31s has a Sony sensor IMX682, which gives you clarity and details like never before. Get up to 10 photo and video outputs with just one take. Segment leading 6000 mAh battery and 25 watt fast charging to conquer the day and the night. The main camera of the Galaxy M31s is 64 megapixels with f1.8, 26mm width, 0.8 micrometer, and face detection autofocus. One of the cameras being 12 megapixel with f2.2 and 123 degrees ultra wide. The third camera has 5 megapixel f2.4 depth and 5MP f2.4 macro. Those cameras feature LED flash, panorama and HDR recording, 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080 pixels at 30 frames per second, and Euro eyes. The front camera has 32 megapixels, f2.0, 26mm width, 1/2.8 inch, and 0.8 micrometer. The front camera features HDR and records 4K at 30 frames per second, or 1080 pixels at 30 frames per second. You can get up to 27 hours of video playtime, up to 51 hours of voice calls, up to 125 hours of music playtime, and up to 22 hours of internet usage time. Also, your Samsung Galaxy M31s would charge from 0 to 100% in up to 1.37 hour. Pass the charge on the go with a Type-C to Type-C inbox cable. Immersive viewing experience with minimal interruption with segment leading Super AMOLED Infinity O display. The screen ratio is greater than 91% and aspect ratio is 20:9. With 16.40 cm 6.5 inch FHD plus Super AMOLED and contrast ratio being 78,960:1, peak brightness being 420 nits, you would get stunning, vivid colors and greater resolution. It includes the Exynos 9611, up to 2.3 GHz octa-core processor with blazing fast LPDDR4X. The 10nm architecture, 2 SIM slots, plus up to 512GB of expandable memory card slot gives you blazing fast processor for unmatched performance. It has a premium gradient design and 9.3mm sleek design Gorilla Glass 3. The Oppo Reno 4 Pro is one such a promising phone that offers an impressively constructed, slim package that weighs a mere 161 grams. At a time where most phones have no qualms in crossing the 200 mark, the Reno 4 Pro is the treat to hold and use. But what about the overall package? Well, let's find out in our full informative review of this phone. The Oppo Reno 4 Pro runs on ColorOS 7.2, which is based on Android 10. If you used a Realme or an Oppo phone before, you're in for a similar experience. ColorOS seems to be past its garish phase, and now the UI is quite clean and likable, closer to OnePlus Oxygen OS than ever before. With a weight of just 161 grams and thickness of 7.7mm, the Oppo Reno 4 Pro is easily the most ergonomic phone. Adding to the comfort are the curved display and back that really add to the snug fit. What's helped the Oppo reduce the weight is the use of polycarbonate both in the frame and the back of the phone. The back isn't glossy, though the Oppo has chosen to go for a matte finish that tactfully contrasts with the glossy finish of the camera module. Speaking of the camera module, it doesn't sit flush like it did in the Oppo Reno 10x zoom or the Oppo Reno 2 Pro, but to keep the overall device profile slim, I guess this is a sacrifice that had to be made. Interestingly, Oppo somehow managed to include a 3.5mm headphone jack on the Oppo Reno 4 Pro. The Oppo Reno 4 Pro has a 6.5-inch AMOLED display on offer, and it's unlike probably in any other phone in this price segment, in that it is curved display. There are certain downsides to the curved display, with accidental touches being a primary issue, but the Oppo Reno 4 Pro is plagued with no such problems, and boy, does this display look good. The Full HD Plus AMOLED panel offers a 90Hz refresh rate with a 180Hz touch sampling rate, and it's probably the best panel in this price segment. The display in terms of brightness levels does well in extreme lighting conditions, sunny outdoors and pitch black indoors. Oh, and there's a Gorilla Glass 5 for protection too. If there's one thing you shouldn't expect from the Oppo Reno 4 Pro, it's the top-notch performance. The Reno 4 Pro is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G chipset and is available in a single variant of 8GB RAM and 128GB of storage. Despite the slim overall profile, Oppo managed to fit in a respectable 4000 mAh battery unit in the Oppo Reno 4 Pro. With an hour of PUBG and several hours of streaming on Spotify and Netflix, you could get about 5 to 5.5 hours of SOT, which is definitely not bad. Also, this is with the display set as a 90Hz all the time. Switching to auto select, refresh rate or 60Hz should definitely help eke out more battery. The Reno 4 Pro has a quad camera setup that we've seen on a bazillion phones by now. The primary sensor is a 48MP f1.7 Sony IMX 586 sensor, an 8MP f2.2 ultra-wide sensor, a 2MP micro sensor. Honestly, given the price point of the phone, it would have been nice to see Oppo include a telephoto sensor or an updated primary sensor than the one from 2018, and given that the periscope lens was a USB of the original Reno 10x zoom. If there were 3 factors that Oppo would use to justify the pricing of the phone, I reckon it would be the following. First, the phone's weight and its ergonomic design, which is definitely a breath of fresh air in the sea of smartphones that has easily weighed 190 to 200 grams. Second, the insanely fast charging system the phone has to offer that is unrivaled in phones that even cost much more. Third, the 90Hz curved AMOLED display that has a minimal bezels and offers an immersive, media viewing experience. If the above parameters are important for you, I definitely recommend you to consider the Oppo Arena 4 Pro. The OnePlus Nord looks to impress with its low cost and high-end features, but it faces a tough rival in the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE may be a small phone, but it's very big on value. Apple's entry-level smartphone delivers some of the premium features, highlighted by the same class-leading A13 Bionic processor that powers Apple's more expensive iPhones. It's no wonder the iPhone SE quickly established itself as the best cheap phone you can currently buy. OnePlus clearly took notice. It's rolling out a budget phone of its own, the OnePlus Nord. And now that the phone has been fully unveiled, we got a better idea of what the Nord has to offer, and more importantly, how it can compete with Apple's low-cost option. The new iPhone SE isn't as compact as the 4-inch original. The 4.7-inch display on the new model certainly runs counter to the trend of bigger and bigger smartphones. The OnePlus Nord features a 6.44-inch FHD screen, small compared to OnePlus' recent flagships, but quite large next to the iPhone SE. The bigger screen on the OnePlus Nord means it's taller, wider and thicker than the iPhone SE. The Nord weighs more than an ounce heavier than the SE as well. The OnePlus Nord looks at double the cameras found on the iPhone SE. While Apple's phone features a lone 7MP selfie cam, the OnePlus Nord will use a pair of front lenses, a 32MP main sensor augmented by an 8MP wide-angle lens to squeeze in more people and background details. That wide-angle lens offers a 105-degree field of view. The OnePlus Nord will be able to do something the iPhone SE can't, though connecting to 5G networks. The Snapdragon 765G comes with a built-in 5G modem for connecting to faster cellular networks. Apple isn't adding a 5G connectivity to its phones until the iPhone 12 launch this fall. The OnePlus Nord should also charge faster than the iPhone SE, since OnePlus is using a Warp Charge 32 technology in its budget phone. The iPhone SE includes a 5-watt lightning charger that gets a drained phone up to 29% power after 30 minutes. The OnePlus Nord looks set to be the most exciting mid-range phones of 2020. Its starting price is very low for what's on offer, and there's a lot on offer, from a quad-lens rear camera to a dual-lens front-facing one, 5G, a big battery, lots of RAM and a large screen. The iPhone SE 2020 though will appeal to fans of compact phones, fans of iOS, and those who want a top-tier chipset. There is the news that Samsung will have a virtual Unpacked event on August 5. Alongside the Note 20 flagship and Note 20 Ultra, the company will also launch foldable device, the Fold 2. All of the phones will become available for purchase on August 20. If we talk about specs, previous rumors indicated that the Galaxy Note 20 will be quite similar to the Galaxy S20. But there is some news that it will be significantly different from its predecessors in one important way: it will have a flat screen. If accurate, it would be an interesting change. Samsung's flagships have popularized display with very curvy edges a few years back, but Samsung moved away from it with the Galaxy S20, which has notably flatter but not entirely flat display. So if the Note 20 abandons that trend, we can probably declare it over and done with. The news about Fold 2 that it'll be slightly more affordable version of the original Fold, with larger displays and a punch-hole selfie camera instead of Fold side notch. After Asus ROG 3, Asus is launching Zenfone 7, and also it's another version, 7 Pro as well. The rumors are that the phone would come with a 6.7-inch display. The NCC listing, which has initially been spotted by an Asus-focused Japanese blog, also suggests that the new handset has up to 512GB of onboard storage, as well as connectivity options such as Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth V5.0 and NFC. Also, there's news that the Asus phone has a battery pack with a typical capacity of 4115 mAh. The phone is also found to have 30-watt fast charging support. It is expected Xiaomi Mi A4 and Redmi K30 series, not confirmed, but expected to be launched in August. The A line of smartphones of the famous Chinese company, Xiaomi, was mixed success. If the A1 and A2 models received approval from both critics and ordinary users, then A3 was subjected to serious criticism, although not entirely deserved. After analyzing the situation, the corporation decided to do a total work on the errors. The appearance of the new items has changed somewhat. The back panel is still made out of glass, but now it is ready to boast 4 photo modules, and the diagonal of the display grew to 6.41 inches, resolution up to 2340 by 1080 pixels. Thus, one of the main drawbacks of the predecessor was corrected. The brightness and contrast of the AMOLED panel are not satisfactory, and the fingerprint scanner is also integrated. Samsung is redying the Galaxy M31s. The success of the Galaxy M31. The mid-range smartphone is launching before the end of the month and will feature Samsung's Infinity O display. Samsung may only have released the Galaxy M31 in March, but it is already closer to bringing a successor to market. The Galaxy M31 has a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED panel, 5 cameras. The device also has 6GB of RAM, up to 128GB of storage, and 6000 mAh battery. It seems that the Galaxy M31s almost offers identical specifications as its predecessor. The only change we notice is that Samsung has switched to an Infinity O hole punch display from the notched one with which it equipped the Galaxy M31. The Galaxy M51 has been eluding the market for quite some time, as the first worthwhile rumors about the device emerged in early 2020. There is still a lot to be known about the mysterious Galaxy M51. We can be sure that it will try to strike a balance between price and performance. Galaxy M51 could have a plastic build with a rectangular camera cutout at the back, and a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor. The physical buttons would reside on the right edge of the phone. There could also be a USB-C port at the bottom, as well as 3.5mm headphone jack at the top. There are news that the Galaxy M51 comes with 128GB of inbuilt storage. There is a possibility that a 64GB model will be also released later down the line, but that remains unclear. Other specs are currently unknown, but the Galaxy M51 could have a battery larger than A51's. ROG Phone 3 is the fastest and latest phone for mobile gaming in 2020. Powered by the world's fastest Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 Plus 5G mobile platform, the latest LPDDR5 RAM and UFS 3.1 ROM, ROG Phone 3 delivered the ultimate in overall performance and gave you a super smooth gaming experience. The GameCool 3 cooling system in ROG Phone 3 uses an advanced 3D vapor chamber and a large heat sink that are precisely located to eliminate hotspots and are incredibly effective at removing heat. ROG Phone 3 is equipped with a stunning 144Hz or 1 milliseconds AMOLED display, combined with an industry-leading 270Hz touch sampling rate, which dramatically decreased the touch latency to 25 milliseconds. Each display is carefully color calibrated, and there is support for HDR10 Plus content. The display is also Technical Inspection Association certified, so it's easy on your eyes. To fully unleash the absolute power of ROG Phone 3, the unique X mode takes expert care of your system-wide performance. You can rely on the monster 6000 mAh battery in ROG Phone 3 to keep you going, even in the longest battles. The new game effect audio system on ROG Phone 3 is tuned to collaboration with audio optimization specialist Direct, featuring dual front-facing stereo speakers that deliver powerful and immersive audio for your games. There's also an all-new game mode that lets you pinpoint the location of players using a unique audio algorithm. The AirTracker 3 system uses a motion sensor that allows you to control the action by simply tilting the phone for totally intuitive gaming. With 5G and Wi-Fi 6 support, Rog Phone 3 is more than fast enough, and for ultra-stable connections, it now features hyperfusion technology. There are also multiple antennas to ensure your connection is always the best possible. Rog Phone 3's unique side-ported design is designed specifically to keep your cables out of the way of your gameplay. Rog Phone 3 is equipped with a noise-cancelling quad mic array, which optimizes speech quality and also filters out background noise to deliver crystal clear vocals for easy team wins. ROG Phone 3 features Aura RGB lighting with a glowing ROG logo on the back of the device that supports variety of colors and lighting schemes. The triple camera system on ROG Phone 3 is designed to produce super quality photos in any setting. It features a flagship Sony IMX686 64 megapixel main wide-angle camera, an ultra-wide 13 megapixel secondary camera, and a macro camera. Enhanced software features include a Pro Video mode, as well as free zoom, wind filter, and acoustic focus functions to make your video quality stand out. There's also 24 megapixel front camera for high-quality group selfies and live streaming videos. ROG Phone 3 is proudly partnering with Stadia and Unity to establish a truly integrated gaming ecosystem. The mobile desktop dock gives ROG Phone 3 unprecedented expansion capabilities. Hook up to a wired gigabit local area network and use the Sony Philips digital interface output to drive your 5.1 channel surround sound system. The Note 20 is expected to feature a full HD screen with just a 60Hz refresh rate, while the Note 20 Ultra will have a Quad HD panel with a 120Hz screen. However, the Note 20 Ultra should be the first Samsung phone to use LTPO, also known as Low Temperature Polysilicon Oxide technology. Samsung will likely opt for a faster new Snapdragon 865 Plus processor for the US versions of the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. For the international version of the Galaxy Note 20, Samsung's rumored to be sticking with the Exynos 990 and the Galaxy Note Ultra. The more notable upgrade could be the RAM. One leak points to both the Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Plus shipping with a whopping 16GB of RAM standard. The Galaxy S20 Ultra comes with 12GB of RAM, but also has 16GB option. As for the storage, Sam Mobile reports that the Galaxy Note 20 will come with 128GB of base storage. The Galaxy S20 Ultra had some focusing problems out of the gate that Samsung needed to resolve, but overall its quad camera setup proved impressive with a 108MP wide-angle lens, a 48MP telephoto camera, a 12MP ultra-wide camera, and the VGA time-of-flight sensor. Let's take a short break here. If you're enjoying this but still haven't already subscribed or smashed the like button yet, this is a great opportunity for you to do that right now. Back to comparing. The most exciting camera feature of the Galaxy S20 Ultra is the space zoom, which delivers 10 times lossless zoom and up to 100 times digital zoom. The results look very good up to 30 times. A report from Galaxy Club says that the standard Galaxy Note 20 will get a 4000 mAh battery, which would be a big step up. Another leak says that the Galaxy Note 20 handsets will have batteries ranging from 4000 to 5000 mAh. The Galaxy S20 Ultra supports 25W charging out of the box, as well as 15W wireless charging, so it's reasonable to assume that the Samsung will offer the same charging on the Note 20. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra both look like they'll be formidable flagship phones. Meanwhile, the S20 Ultra may continue to be Samsung's camera's phone champ and could be the only phone in the lineup that boasts the company's space zoom tech. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 and Galaxy Note 20 Ultra are the most anticipated Android phones of the year. With the phone set to debut at the Samsung event in a month's time, it looks like the Note 20 Ultra could get a jump on Apple's latest phones. Many are expecting the phone to feature an IP68 water-resistant rating, at least 12GB of RAM, no less than 256GB of internal storage, wireless charging, and an in-play display fingerprint scanner which should improve its performance, multiple sensor camera setup, and have some interesting finishes too. Samsung's new big screen phones are expected to deliver more advanced 120Hz displays, improved cameras, and blazing fast performance. The Note 20 Ultra is rumored to have 6.87 inches, 3096 by 1444 pixel screen. The CPU of the phone is going to be the Snapdragon 865 Plus and Exynos 990. The rear cameras are said to be 108MP main, 13MP telephoto, 12MP ultra-wide, laser focus sensor, and the battery size would be 4500 mAh and/or 5000 mAh. One last information you might want to know is that the Note 20 Ultra is set to be released on August 5. Number 10. The Vivo X3 is a true flagship. There are a few compromises here specs wise. It's got the most powerful Qualcomm mobile processor, the Snapdragon 855 Plus. The model has 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. The camera system on the back consists of a main 64MP sensor, coupled with a 13MP telephoto and a 13MP ultra-wide sensor. The selfie camera has a 16MP sensor and the LED flash, which is why the pop-up module is wider than usual. There's also a 4500 mAh battery that supports 44W quick charging, and the phone runs on Android 9 Pie. There are a couple of things that are missing, like the wireless charging, water resistant, face unlocking, and a stereo speaker. But for the most part, this is one of the most powerful smartphones you can buy. Number 9. The P40 Pro is Hawaii's photography-focused flagship, competing against other Android flagships like the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, as well as iPhones. Hawaii has positioned the P series as a premier camera phones on the market, but the P40 Pro is not a niche device targeted only at enthusiastic photographers. Everything about the P40 Pro is designed to appeal to mainstream users, from the eye-catching colorways to the impressive battery life and top-tier specs. Hawaii P40 Pro takes the best bites of the Mat 20 Pro and adds a terrific camera. The P40 Pro has 3 main cameras and a time-of-flight (TOF) sensor that measures the distance to objects in the field of view. The main 40MP camera is what you'll see in most cases. Because it uses pixel binding, it saves 10MP images by default, but you can switch to full 40MP resolution if you prefer. For groups of people or landscapes, you can switch to ultra-wide camera. If you need to bring your subjects closer, switch to the telephoto. If it all sounds daunting, don't worry. You don't need to be a photography pro to master the P40 Pro. It's very simple to use once you learn its quirks, allowing you to fully focus on getting the best shot. Number 8. Samsung S10 is Samsung's smallest S10 and has the same Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chip, same 64GB of internal storage, same microSD card slot for storage expansion, same IP68 water and dust resistant, same faster wireless charging, same headphone jack, same stereo speakers, and the same new wireless power share feature for wirelessly charging accessories like the Galaxy Buds. The S10e also runs the same version of Android 9 Pie, with the Samsung's fabulous One UI interface. For the most part, the cameras are the same on the S10e as on the S10 and S10 Plus. On the front is a 10MP camera with f1.9 aperture that is also capable of recording video in 4K. On the back, there is a dual camera system with a 12 megapixel main shooter, with variable f1.5 to 2.4 aperture and optical image stabilization (OIS), and the second 16 megapixel ultra-wide shooter with f2.2 aperture and no OIS. The only camera missing from the S10e is the 12 megapixel 2x telephoto lens on the S10 and S10 Plus. But take it from a guy who shoots tons of smartphone photos and videos. I've nearly filled up my 512GB of iPhone XS with the new photos and videos. When I say an ultra-wide camera is way more useful than a telephoto lens. Ultra-wide photos still look a little soft compared to shots from the main camera, but they're more than suitable for posting to Instagram or Twitter. Plus, it's a lot of fun to shoot ultra-wide photos and videos. Previously impossible to capture photos are now easily possible. Lens distortion be damned with the ultra-wide camera. Number 7. Google Pixel 4 XL is the pure Android phone from Google. It came seen late 2019. So Google Pixel 4 XL available in the market from October 2019. The phone got 61 trillion touchscreen display and a resolution of 1440 into 3040 pixels with an aspect ratio of 19:9, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The Google Pixel 4 XL has IP68 rated protection against dust and water, and the display has 90Hz refresh rate. The Google Pixel 4 XL has installed 7 animated Snapdragon 855 performance with integrated powerful GPU Adreno 614. It has a 6TB of RAM with 64GB or 128GB of internal X-rays. This phone does not have any slot for placing microSD card. For the main camera option of this smartphone, it has a dual camera setup starting with 12.2 megapixel main shooter with a 0.4 and 7 aperture, and the 16 megapixel teleporter lens which have 2.4 aperture on the front side. It has an 8 megapixel selfie camera with a 2.0 aperture and a TOF 3D camera. Google Pixel 4 XL offer Android 10 operating system. As for the battery, it has a 3700 mAh non-removable battery with 18-watt fast charging support. The phone available in 3 color variant orients, and it's weighs about 193 gram. Number 6. In terms of raw power, the Asus Rog Phone 2 is probably the most powerful phone out there. Let's dive into what makes the phone a powerhouse just perfect for gaming. At the heart of the phone sits a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus, which is designed on a 6nm manufacturing process and has a clock speed of 2.96 GHz that offers 50% jump in performance when compared to Snapdragon 855. The variant has 8GB of DDR4X RAM and 128GB of UFS 3.0 storage. To sustain peak performance, the ROG Phone 2 has a 2nd gen game-cooled 2 vapor chamber heat dissipation design that consists of a copper heat spreader and the carbon cooling pad. The ROG Phone 2 borrows its rear dual camera setup from the Asus 6Z. The primary shooter is a 48MP Sony IMX586 sensor that is accompanied by a 13MP ultra-wide sensor with a field of view of 125 degrees. The selfie camera is a 24MP shooter with f2.0 aperture. The camera application is pretty feature loaded, and there is a wide variety of modes you can shoot in, including night mode and slow mode. The phone is also capable of shooting 4K at 60 frames per second with the primary sensor, and up to 4K at 30 frames per second with the ultra-wide sensor. Videos from the front camera are limited to 1080p at 60 frames per second. Number 5. The S20's Ultra 6.9-inch AMOLED display, 511 ppi is stunning, offering users a Quad HD Plus dynamic resolution with HDR10+, It also comes with Samsung's Infinity O display, allowing for very minimal bezels. And unlike the S10, which features a front-facing camera on the right side, the Ultra's hole-punch selfie cam has been moved to the middle of the display. The Ultra features a Snapdragon 865 processor and comes in a variety of different configurations. You have the option between 12GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage, or you can bump it up to 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. There is also a microSD card for up to 1TB of additional storage. But of course, that beefer configuration also increases the price to $1,600, which makes me cringe a bit. Considering the amount of storage filming an 8K video is going to eat out. The later of the two storage options is certainly your best bet. At 5000 mAh, the Ultra packs a healthy battery, but it definitely takes a hit when you're shooting a ton of photos and videos, or when the refresh rate is set to 120Hz. On the back, the Ultra has a quad camera setup that includes a 108MP wide-angle lens with f1.8 aperture, 120° 12MP ultra-wide lens with f2.2 aperture, 48MP telephoto lens with f3.5 aperture, time of flight sensor for depth. Number 4. Oppo Find X2 Pro is a very sophisticated super flagship smartphone. Everything here is the toughest, the most powerful processor, the coolest camera, as well as unlike Oppo Find X2 is IP68 rated, water and dust proof. Oppo X2 Pro is available in the market from March 2020. The phone got a 6.7-inch AMOLED touchscreen display and a resolution of 1440 into 3168 pixels. And this ultra-high resolution screen has 120Hz refresh rate. And this is world's first smartphone screen that supports more than billion colors, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 6. And the Oppo Find X2 Pro has IP68 rated for protection against dust and water up to 1.5 meter for 30 minutes. The Oppo Find X2 Pro has installed 7nm plus Snapdragon 865 result for its performance with integrated GPU. Adreno 650, it has a 12GB of RAM with 512GB UFS 3.0 internal extras respectively. For the main camera option of this smartphone and a triple camera setup. On the backside, it has a 48MP main shooter with a 1.7 aperture and the 13MP periscope teleporter language, a 3.0 aperture, and the 48-minute Mr. Outside lens. With a 2.3 avatar on the front side, it has a 32MP selfie camera. We have a 2.4 aperture, or behind, its True Pro operates Android 10 operating system with colorways 7.1 UI. As for the battery, it has 4600 mAh battery with 65W fast charging very resulting support. The phone is available in 3 color variant, black, orange, and Lamborghini edition, and it weighs about 207 grams. Number 3. Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus is an average size and price a smartphone on the flagship S20 line. In all aspects, it is similar to the Galaxy S20, only that is sleek, and battery is larger. It differs more seriously from the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and the cameras are even cooler. All kind of delicious bands such as IPCC are certified, and the glossy case is appeared in the smartphone, but unfortunately there is no 3.5mm headphone jack in this. A smartphone Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus is available in the market from March 2020. The phone got a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED to external display and a resolution of 1440 into 3200 pixels with an aspect ratio of 20:9, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 6. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus has IP68 rated for protection against dust and water up to 1.5 liter of depth, and it is going to last for 30 minutes. Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus has installed 7nm Exynos 990 poses, or for performance with iterated powerful GPU, Mali Z77FB, 11th for global hotshot, and another version for USA is available in the market, which has a Snapdragon 865 processor with Adreno 650 GPU. It has 8GB of RAM with 128GB of internal interest respectively. The False offers an expansion of memory up to 512GB via a microSD card for the main camera option of this smartphone. It has a quad camera setup with a 1.8 aperture and the 16 megapixel telephoto lens, 2.0 aperture, and the fourth camera is TOF 3D camera with 0.3 meter and f1.0 aperture. On the front side it has a 10 megapixel selfie camera which have 2.2 aperture. Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus offer Android 10, 120/2 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4500 mAh non-removable battery with 25 fast charging support. Example, and it also supports 9W wireless charging. The phone is available in 6 color variant and it's worth about 186 grams. Number 2. iPhone 11 Pro Max available in the market from September 2019. The phone has a 26.5 and Super Retina XDR L2 display and a resolution of 1280 and 2688 pixels with an aspect ratio of 19.5 each, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max IP68 rated for protection against dust and water, up to 4 meter or 30 meters. The iPhone 11 Pro Max has installed 700 and plus equal a 13 Bionic processor. For its resilience, 4GB of RAM with 64GB, 256GB or 512GB internal storage. As usual, the iPhone does not have any microSD card. iPhone 11 Pro Max offers iOS 13, upgradable to iOS 13.2 operating system, and the phone also has QI wireless charging. The phone available in 4 color variants: Space Gray, Silver, Gold, Midnight Flame, and it weighs about 226 grams. Number 1. Huawei P40 Pro is available in the market from April 2020. The phone got 6.58-inch screen display and the resolution of 1200 into 2640 pixel. It has 8GB of RAM with 128GB or 256GB or 512GB of internal storage, respectively. The phone supports an expansion of memory up to 256GB for the main camera option of this smartphone. It has a 5 camera setup on the back side, starting with 50 megapixel main shooter with 1.9 aperture and the periscope 12 megapixel telephoto lens with a 3.4 aperture, and the 40 megapixel ultra wide angle central lens. Back camera features Leica Optics LED flash panorama SDR slow motion up to 7608 difference per second at 7:20 resolution, and also 960 frames per second at 1080p resolution on the front side. It has a 32 megapixel selfie camera with a 3.2 aperture and the IR-TOF 3D camera. Huawei P40 Pro offers Android 10, EMUI 10.1 operating system. As for the battery, it has 4200 mAh non-removable battery with 40W fast charging support. The phone available in 3 color variant. Its weight about 209 grams. The OnePlus Nord design is said to be 159.2 by 74 by 8.6 mm, IP53 water protection, and aluminum alloy frame. The phone is close to the OnePlus 7T in terms of height and width, although it's a little thicker. The rear panel is said to be glass, with curved edges towards the sides, but with front display being flat overall, a USB-C port sits on the bottom, but there's no sign of 3.5mm headphone socket. OnePlus has also confirmed that the phone will be using the Snapdragon 765 processor. It's set to have a 6.4-inch AMOLED display with a 2400 by 1080 pixel resolution. I'm going to interrupt you for a few seconds. If you're interested in phones, make sure to watch my last video about the different type of phone, which is also being released soon. And if you haven't already subscribed, now is the chance to do that. Let's get back to the phone. The refresh rate for the OnePlus Nord will be 120Hz. There is 8GB RAM and 128 or 256GB storage rumored too, so there's still some impressive specs here. As for the number of cameras on the rear, the most recent leak suggests there will be 4 cameras on the back. Those rear cameras are suggested as 48MP main, 8MP ultra wide, 5MP macro sensor, and 2MP depth sensor, according to the recent report from Android Central. Google Pixel 4a is an upcoming smartphone by Google. The phone is rumored to come with a 5.81-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels at a pixel density of 443 pixels per inch, PPI. Measurements for the Pixel 4a is said to be 144.2 by 69.5 by 8.2mm, 9mm at the camera's bump, which is just a bit smaller than the Pixel 3a. It does look mixed of the current Pixel 3a and Google's recent Pixel 4, featuring what looks like an all-plastic curved unibody and a Pixel 4 style square camera bump, which still looks like it only houses a single camera. Google Pixel 4a comes with 6GB of RAM. The Google Pixel 4 is rumored to run Android 10 and is expected to be powered by a 3080 mAh non-removable battery. The Google Pixel 4a supports proprietary fast charging. Wait, before we move on, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. Now, back to the video. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Google Pixel 4a is rumored to pack a 12.2MP camera. It is expected to support a 8MP camera on the front for selfies. Google Pixel 4 is based on Android 10 and packs 64GB of inbuilt storage. It is set to launch a black color. It bears a plastic body. Connectivity options on the Google Pixel 4a is set to include Wi-Fi, GPS, and USB Type-C. Sensors on the phone are rumored to include accelerometer, compass, magnetometer, proximity sensor, and a fingerprint sensor. LG K51s is a new phone with a lot of amazing new features and upgrades. 4 cameras to shoot your favorites. Capture your favorite moments anytime, anywhere, and however you like. With the outstanding resolution of the quad camera standard, wide angle, depth sensor, and macro lenses. Macro camera, up close and magical. Take crystal clear close-ups from a close-up as 4 cm away. Then touch the screen you want to animate and see the photo come to life and move. Quad cell technology, light up the night. Reveal the brilliance of every situation. Advanced quad cell technology turns the brightness up and the noise down for outstanding photos even in challenging or low light conditions. Super wide camera for all the eye can see. The whole scene with nothing left out. The wide-angle camera gives you a broader view to capture spectacular skylines, huge group shots, and breathtaking landscapes that go on forever. Depth camera, focus on what matters. Add extra dimension to your photography. Shots look like even more striking with subjects in full focus against soft and dreamy backgrounds. AL camera, just the right enhancements. Bring out the best in every scene. AL detects what's in the frame and applies the ideal settings. Whether you're snapping your pizza party, spring view, tropical beaches, or the sun's daily spectaculars. 4000 mAh battery, fierce battery life. All day juice, the 4000 mAh battery powers you from dusk to dawn. Stream movies, play games, and take photos without thinking about your charger. DT-SX 3D surround sound, thrilling audio experience. DT-SX makes you feel like you're in the middle of the soundscape, hear everything with dynamic clarity. MIL STD 810G test military standard approved. Accidents happen, but with MIL STD 810G certification, your phone can take a beating. Military testing proves it can be withstand active lifestyles and random drops. The phone comes with a 6.43-inch touchscreen display. Oppo Reno 4 is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G processor and comes with 8GB of RAM. The Oppo Reno 4 runs Android 10 and is powered by a 4000 mAh non-removable battery. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Oppo Reno 4 packs a 48-megapixel primary camera, a second 8-megapixel camera, and a third 2-megapixel camera. It supports a 32-megapixel camera on the front for selfies. The Oppo Reno 4 runs ColorOS based on Android 10 and packs 256GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via micro SD card. It is launched in blue and orange colors. Connectivity options on the Oppo Reno 4 include Wi-Fi, GPS, USB Type-C, and FM radio. Sensors on the phone include in-display fingerprint sensors. The Oppo Reno 4 supports face unlock. Echo Z1 5G smartphone was launched on May 19, 2020. The phone comes with a 6.57-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels at a pixel density of 400 pixels per inch PPI and an aspect ratio of 20:9. Echo Z1 5G is powered by a 2GHz octa-core MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus processor that features 4 cores clocked at 2 GHz and 4 cores clocked at 2.6 GHz. It comes with 6GB of RAM. The Echo Z1 5G runs Android 10 and is powered by a 4500 mAh non-removable battery. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Echo Z1 5G on the rear packs a 48-megapixel primary camera with a frame of 1.79 aperture, a second 8-megapixel camera with a frame of 2.2 aperture, and a third 2-megapixel camera with a frame of 2.4 aperture. The rear camera setup has autofocus. It supports a 16-megapixel camera on the front for selfies with a frame of 2.0 aperture. The Echo Z1 5G runs the Echo UI based on Android 10 and packs 128GB of inbuilt storage. The Echo Z1 5G is a dual SIM, GSM and GSM, smartphone that accepts nano SIM cards. The Echo Z1 5G measures 163.97mm by 75.53mm by 8.93mm, height times width times thickness, and weighs 194.78 grams. It was launched in Galaxy Silver and Space Blue colors. Connectivity options on the Echo Z1 5G include GPS, USB Type-C, and more. Sensors on the phone include accelerometer, ambient light sensor, compass, magnetometer, gyroscope, proximity sensor, and fingerprint sensor. The Echo Z1 5G supports face unlock. Galaxy S20 Ultra brings 8K expertise to mobile, and 8K Video Snap changes how you can capture photos and videos. Now you can grab a 33MP photo from 8K video, turning every frame into a clear still. Galaxy S20 Ultra gives you millions more pixels for remarkably sharp shots. Now you can pinch it to see details like you've never seen before. Its most advanced zoom yet starts with 10 times hybrid optic zoom and goes up to 100 times super resolution zoom. The camera also brings a bright night to see your photos better. Galaxy S20 Ultra comes with 5G built around its revolutionary camera, so you can share all your 8K videos on YouTube and download all your favorite movies and shows in a flash. Galaxy S20 Ultra takes about 58 minutes to charge. Its battery gives you the power to shoot photos and videos all day and night. Galaxy S20 Ultra now boasts a dedicated secure processor on top of Knox, so your PIN, password, and pattern have never been more protected. If you're interested in this product, the link will be on the description below. Apple's upcoming smartphone, the iPhone 12, probably won't be launching in September, when Apple typically launches new flagships. However, according to a new report, it won't be postponed into next year either. According to reports, all 4 upcoming variants of the iPhone 12 will be delayed by 1 to 2 months due to production disruptions caused by coronavirus pandemic. Apple is widely expected to launch 4 new iPhones later this year. 2 cheaper models with 5.4 and 6.1 inches screens, and 2 high-end variants with 6.1 and 6.7 inches screens. All of the phones should have an OLED display, though some high-end variants will have a display with a 120Hz refresh rate and 5G connectivity. The new phone should also come with an upgraded Face ID system and a lidar sensor on the back. The 2 pricier models will likely come with a larger battery and 3 times optical zoom, 5.4 inches. The 2020 iPhone 12 will be the smallest iPhone Apple has released since the 4.7-inch iPhone SE. At 6.7 inches, the 2020 iPhone 12 Pro will be the Apple's largest phone to date. Design-wise, rumors suggest the new iPhones coming in 2020 will feature a significant redesign with a metal frame that's similar to the frame of the iPhone 4 or the iPad Pro. The iPhone 4 had a distinctive, flat look for its stainless steel frame, which could be replicated in the new iPhones, bringing the design in line with the 2020 iPad Pro models. Rumors suggest there will be a new true depth camera system that cuts down on the size of the notch on the front, though not all iPhones may feature a smaller notch. And there are rumors of a 3D triple lens rear camera system that uses a laser to calculate depth information for objects in the room, improving both photography and AR capabilities. This is likely to be similar to the lidar scanner in the 2020 iPad Pro, and it will be limited to higher-end iPhone models. 2020 will be the first year that Apple introduces 5G support in the iPhone, allowing the new devices to connect to 5G networks that are much faster than 4G LTE networks. According to rumors, all of the iPhones in the iPhone 12 lineup will feature 5G connectivity, though it's not yet clear if all iPhone 12 models will have a super fast mmWave support in all countries, as some countries have not implemented mmWave technology. Pricing on the iPhone 12 could start as low as $649 this year, which would be the lowest price that Apple has charged for an OLED iPhone. Pricing could range from $649 to $1,099. Finally, rumors say that iPhone 12 will come without a charger or earbuds in the box. Apple may leave out the earpods to drive demand for its AirPods and cut down the iPhone 12 costs. To promote the AirPods to iPhone users, Apple may offer some kind of AirPods promotion in late 2020, perhaps offering a discount to customers who purchase a new iPhone. If you're interested in any of these products, the link will be in the description below. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.